Did you know the guy who built McDonald's wasn't even the guy who started it? Yeah, imagine building an entire business, and then some dude waltzes in, sells your idea better than you did, then all of a sudden makes $1 billion while you're stuck in the back flipping burgers. I know, painful, right? But that's exactly what happened with McDonald's. And it's why Ray Kroc isn't just a businessman. He's a businessman. And let me tell you, if you're tired of the 9-to-5 grind, dreaming of financial freedom, this is the story you need to hear. Because what Kroc did wasn't just luck. It was strategy, leverage, and a little bit of cutthroat business acumen. This guy represents stealth wealth in a way that we've never covered on this channel before. What I'm about to share with you is how Ray Kroc secretly turned a tiny burger stand into a global empire, and how you can use the same mindset to escape the rat race. So, without wasting any more time, let's get into it. Act 1, the McDonald brothers' simple but brilliant idea. Just picture this. It's 1948. The McDonald brothers, Richard and Maurice, have a small burger joint in San Bernardino, California. They weren't trying to take over the world. They just wanted to sell good burgers fast. So they created something called the Speedy Service System. Basically a production line, but for cheeseburgers. This was absolutely revolutionary. In an era where diners made you wait 30 minutes for a greasy meal, McDonald's had you in and out in just 5, and the business was flat out booming. Now, here's where it gets interesting. See, the McDonald brothers didn't want a franchise. They were just fine running a few locations, making solid money, and living the good life. But that's where things get exciting. Here enters our guy, Ray Kroc. It's Act 2, the man, the myth, the milkshake salesman. All right, let's talk about Ray Kroc, the guy who turned McDonald's into a billion-dollar empire. And let me tell you, this man was not some golden child born into wealth. He wasn't a genius kid coder like Mark Zuckerberg, and he didn't inherit some trust fund. Nope, Ray Kroc was a struggling 52-year-old salesman selling milkshake machines. Just let that sink in for a second. At 52, most people are thinking about retiring on Social Security. Kroc? He was still hustling. In fact, before selling milkshake machines, he'd done just about everything. Played the piano at bars, sold paper cups, worked in real estate, tried, and failed at being a traveling salesman. And the dude was barely making ends meet. But here's the thing. Kroc wasn't just some average guy. He had one major strength. He saw opportunities where others saw nothing. But listen closely, because what you're about to find out next will be the most shocking development in this entire rise to McDonald's fame. As always, make sure to subscribe to the channel. The fateful phone call that changed everything. So one day, Kroc gets a call at his little milkshake machine business. Some burger joint in California wants to order 6 of his milkshake mixers. 6. Most restaurants were buying 1, maybe 2. This one place wanted 6? Kroc's mind starts spinning. Who the hell is out here selling that many milkshakes? Then obviously he starts to get curious. He hops on a plane to California to check this place out. The moment he steps inside, he sees the future. There's literally no waiters, no fancy plates, no silverware. It's just fast, cheap, and efficient. Burgers come out in seconds, people are in and out, and the place is packed. And just remember, this is the 1940s. This kind of restaurant never existed yet. Everything else was still the old-school sit-down diner experience. Meanwhile, the McDonald brothers, they're just chilling. They're like, yeah, it's just a little something we put together, works pretty well, right? Kroc is looking at them like, you guys have no idea what you're sitting on. And that's when it clicks. This isn't just a burger joint. This is the future of fast food. So he does what every great entrepreneur does. He starts plotting. The $1 million idea, that wasn't his. Kroc sits down with the McDonald brothers and starts drilling them with questions. Kroc, why aren't there more of these? McDonald brothers, hey, we like keeping it small. Kroc, well then, why not expand? McDonald brothers, no thanks, too much work. Bruh. Kroc is losing his mind. He's sitting across from 2 guys who just invented an entirely new way of serving food, and they're treating it like a cute side hustle. So he makes his move. He pitches them on franchising. Meaning, instead of running just one McDonald's, they could have hundreds of them across the country. Now, the brothers weren't completely against the idea, but they were control freaks. They had zero interest in giving up power or dealing with the headaches of expansion. But Kroc? He's persistent. He finally convinces them to let him handle franchising while they keep running their original location. And just like that, Ray Kroc is officially in the McDonald's business. But there was just one tiny little problem. The struggle nobody talks about. At first, Kroc thought he hit the jackpot. He was running a global brand. Except, he wasn't making any real money. See, for every new McDonald's he opened, he had to pay a cut of the revenue to the McDonald brothers. And after covering all the costs, he was basically working for free. Imagine putting in all that work, opening restaurant after restaurant, only to realize you're still broke. At this point, most people would quit. 52 years old, deep in debt, grinding away, and still not rich. Most people would have packed it up and gone back to selling milkshake machines. But Kroc, he wasn't wired like that. He knew he needed a better strategy. And that's when he met the man who would change his life forever. The man with the billion-dollar idea. One day, Kroc meets a financial genius named Harry Sonneborn. Sonneborn takes one look at McDonald's and tells Kroc, "You're not in the burger business. You're in the real estate business." Boom. Light bulb moment. Sonneborn explains that instead of just selling franchises, Kroc should start buying the land under every new McDonald's. That way, every time someone wants to open a new McDonald's, they don't just pay for the franchise. They also have to rent the land from Kroc. Meaning, now Kroc isn't just making money from burgers. He's making money from the land. And the McDonald brothers, they don't even realize what's happening. Kroc takes this new real estate strategy and completely flips the script. The takeaway from Act 2. At this point, Kroc has gone from a broke 52-year-old milkshake machine salesman to a guy who owns the land under an entire fast food empire. This is where he truly became unstoppable. And here's the real lesson for you. Most people, they stop at level 1. They stay stuck in the day-to-day hustle and never think about the bigger picture. But Kroc, he understood that real wealth comes from owning the system. He wasn't trying to make a quick buck flipping burgers. He was playing the long game. And that's exactly what you need to do if you want to escape the 9-to-5. Now, in the next act, we're going to talk about how Kroc used this power move to completely take over McDonald's, and how he left the original founders in the dust. Act 3, the power move that changed everything. At first, Ray Kroc was just a franchise manager. He was grinding, setting up new locations, trying to make it work. But there was one big problem. He was barely making any money. See, every franchisee had to pay a cut of their revenue to the McDonald brothers. And after all the expenses, Kroc was basically working for free. So what did he do? He got himself a financial cheat code. Kroc started buying the land where McDonald's locations were built. That meant every time a new McDonald's opened, Kroc wasn't just making money from burgers, he was the landlord. McDonald's wasn't just a fast food company. It was a real estate empire. And the McDonald brothers, they had no clue what was happening. Well, until it was too late. Act 4. The McDonald brothers get played. So Ray Kroc is out here building an empire, while the McDonald brothers are still thinking small. Eventually, Kroc offers to buy them out for $2.7 million each. Now, that sounds like a lot, but let's do some math. Today, McDonald's is worth over $200 billion, meaning the McDonald brothers basically sold the entire Golden Arches for pocket change. And the worst part? Kroc promised them a 1% royalty on future sales, which would have made them billionaires today. But it was a handshake deal, meaning they never got a dime. Yeah, Ray Kroc played them. Act 5, Lessons from Ray Kroc for escaping the 9-to-5. Now, before you start thinking Kroc was just an evil corporate villain, let's talk about why he won. And more importantly, how you can apply these lessons to escape the 9-to-5. 1. Think bigger than your job. The McDonald brothers had the right idea, but they thought small. Kroc saw the global potential. Stop thinking like an employee, start thinking like a business owner. 2. Leverage assets, not just labor. Kroc realized he could own the land instead of just flipping burgers. If you're only trading time for money, you'll always be stuck. Learn to own income-producing assets. If you want me to create a video about these assets, please let me know in the comments so I can see if there's interest. 3. Play the long game. Kroc wasn't rich overnight. He worked for years before McDonald's became an empire, but once it scaled, it was unstoppable. 4. Control the system. The McDonald brothers invented the system, but Kroc owned it. If you don't control the game, someone else will profit off your hard work. Now here's the point that I really need you to understand, so pay close attention. Ray Kroc didn't start McDonald's, but he understood how to scale an idea and turn it into a billion-dollar empire. And if you're stuck in a 9-to-5 dreaming of financial freedom, you need to start thinking like Kroc, because at the end of the day, you're either running the business or you're working for the guy who does. Let me ask, which one do you want to be? I read every comment and I'm dying to get your feedback, so let's talk about it. Oh, and if you want more real business strategies to get rich without working hard, check out this next video right here. We'll tell you exactly how to achieve ultimate financial freedom. I'll see you in the next one.